Hi everybody, welcome to the vlog. This is not day one, but we have a little bit more progress today. I'm going to put the photograph in of the room before we started and then the ceiling half done, because I'll show you the ceiling now. So this is the ceiling and you can really see it when you see like half done. It's a really nice grey, but against these colours it kind of just looks a bit lighter, and in different lights it looks different. There you go. It's really nice though, and the ceiling hasn't been done for a very long time. Had lots of fly dead bodies on it, so it's very nice to see it painted. Oh, quick sneak peek of what the wall colour is going to be there. So Alec is over here doing this door. And I have painted these chairs and that table. The table needs a second coat and they need wax on them. We've got a picnic bench out in the yard there. And we're getting rid of quite a bit of furniture at this room. This unit here is going, and only the things that are over here are staying. So it's actually not too much that's staying. So that's good, isn't it? Okay. So we have quite a bit to do. We've got to get some filler tomorrow to fill in some gaps down the side of the fireplace for where we had the dampers fixed. What we're doing in this room is everything basically. So painting the ceiling, walls, all of the woodwork. We're building a hearth because we bought a fireplace. And we are sanding the floors, staining them and waxing them ourselves like we did with the front room, because we are really proud of the job we did in the front room. And if you haven't seen that video, if you're new to my channel, then please do check out the living room vlogs, because that shows everything that we did in the living room. We also are replacing the door handles, and we're placing the hinges on the double doors here. Yes. Are we doing anything else?
Well, you know, I'm just following your lead.
And we did have an order to do things in, but it's kind of gone topsy-turvy because...
Hired help.
Eh?
I'm just the hired help.
He says he's just the hired help.
Well...
No.
Hired.
Not hired. Free.
People who hired, yeah, get paid.
I pay you in love.
Well, okay.
Okay. That seems like a bargain to me. Right. So we've chucked a massive amount of stuff away. There's a huge pile for charity, and then I have furniture, and the charity shop are coming on Monday to collect that. And then also there's a lot of rubbish and furniture for the council, because there's stuff that was in the front room, stuff from in here, and then there's an old fridge freezer, so there's a bunch of stuff, and all of that's going on Monday. So the yard looks a bit untidy at the top of the minute, but once all of that has been collected and is gone on Monday, and the charity stuff is going tomorrow, we're going to feel a lot better. The front room, you can't get in. It's absolutely jam-packed in there. But again, that's just a bunch of stuff from here. We have the fireplace in there. We have a piece of furniture that's actually going upstairs, which is a blanket box that belongs upstairs. A piece of furniture that's going to come down and go into the front room. So we've got some swapping and changing to do as well. But we're really excited about this room. We are painting absolutely everything. So the only two pieces of furniture that are staying the same are the two bookcases. So we've got a large one over there which is moving, and we've got a smaller one which you're balanced on. And they're like well, they're pine / oak coloured.
Radiator?
Oh yeah, are we going to paint the radiator?
No.
Oh yeah, we're not painting the radiator. Maybe not.
You know what it's like when you try painting radiators, you can only take it off to paint it.
The problem with these radiators, right, so you can paint a standard radiator, but these are the old-fashioned ones, which are kind of the tubes. So like, think like old school radiators, church radiators. The problem with them is getting into the insides of those tubes to paint it all the way through, and you can always see gaps and you can't quite get your brush in everywhere. And we discovered that when we painted the bathroom radiator. So we're not going to paint this radiator, but it's white, but it doesn't matter, does it?
No?
No. We are moving things around in here, and as I said, we are adding a fireplace in here, and probably going to get like a little plug-in electric fire at some point later in the year, which will be quite nice, because then it'll make it like a nice cosy hearth. We're painting everything, we're doing everything. Everything. And this is the second week for me. First week for Alec, because last week I started on this room because this room was a junk shop. It was so full of stuff. But yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, so I'm gonna go and find something to do. Lord knows there's plenty of stuff to do. And then I will get back to you and show you some progress later on in the day. Has finished the first coat on this door. Hopefully we won't need a second.
I think it'll just need touching up.
Just a touching up.
But I found
That's
that
good.
when I did the other side.
Yeah.
Do you know what I did through there?
Oh, bye. See you later. We'll have some peace. Off he goes.
Stop resisting it. Really?
Look at that cute.
You've been out for ages anyway.
Ah. Go on.
Don't want to go.
Look at the way he clings onto the arm. It's cute. So, secret project. Alec doesn't know I'm going to take the carpet off the bottom 2 stairs because they're made out of wood underneath. Because actually, me and my dad built this turn in the stairs. The stairs came straight down, and we added in the landing that comes across in these steps. These are actually made out of real wood. So I'm going to take the carpet off here, and we're going to stain the bottom 2 stairs. So, progress update. Bottom 2 stairs, carpet and carpet rails off. Looks good. It's got a little damage where the railing was on, but that's fine. We're going to sand anyway. And so we'll do the front of this step and the tread of this one all in the same oak as the floor. And then I have something in mind for this part here, but you'll see that shortly. But we are going to be taking the woodwork all the way up the stairs. So we will probably paint up to this point because we can't get access to that in there at the minute. And we are going to paint all of the banister and the spindles. Okay, the lighting is not great, but we have this door done. We have these doors done. And then we have round the skirting, and we have here done. I really wish I had taken a photograph of that before I painted it, because that looks like a brand new staircase. Sorry the lighting's not great. Also, I look like crap, I'm so tired, it's late, and I am going to go and run a bath now. And I will see you tomorrow. Hi everybody. So today is Sunday. I can't remember what day I started vlogging, but we've had a few days where we haven't vlogged. Ultimately just because, well, there's been fiddly jobs going on. So we opened up the fireplace. Basically, we took off the front piece of skirting board, about a foot's worth of very, very wet soil and earth and dirt. And that was been sitting there, and we think that's what's caused the dampness, because all the water's been coming down the chimney and it's settled at the bottom, and then that's why that whole wall has been wet, which is the same thing in the front room. Which the builder, who's clearly useless, was like, when they took the floor up, it was like, why is it so damp around the fireplace? Well, the first place I think I would have gone is the chimney. I didn't put it together either at that point, but I certainly put it together at this point. For anyone wondering, I'm not a novice. I've been through 5 house renovations, so I'm familiar. So we went and had a look at the chimney. We didn't climb up there, we just stood back. And yeah, it needs pointing, and the top of the chimney needs capping so that no water can come down. So we think that once that we've cleared it all out, or Alec cleared it all out. There he is. Hi. Alec, he cleaned it out.
What?
The fire.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Yeah, so that's done, and we'll show you what we've done with that. So we have boarded that up here, and we have put cement at both sides. It needs a layer of plaster as well, but we're not going to do anything other to the bottom part. We're going to put the hearth in today, which we're making ourselves. And then after we've got the hearth in, we need to put the fire surround on, and we need to plaster in the middle because this wood sticks out slightly. It's not flush with the wall. So we need to do that so then we can tile inside the fireplace. The other thing that we've done is, well, obviously we've moved some furniture. Look, this is what it used to be. Well, actually, that is what it used to be. That's the first ever coat of paint I put on after it was all plastered. So it was blue. And then it was yellow. And then, funny enough, it was blue. Hang on. This blue, which is not too dissimilar from the original blue. So now what we're doing is we have actually stained half of the floor. So this is what we're currently looking at with the boards, which they look really nice, don't they, Alec?
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think
I'm not even sure if it's going to need too much more of a second coat.
I don't think it will, but this is a slight
It's
second
very
coat
dark.
there.
It seems darker than in the front.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know why.
I think it's because it's been open for 6 months.
The wood.
The wood stain's been open for 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah, so liquids over time, yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, it
So
does,
we're
yeah.
going to need 1 coat.
Yes.
And the new boardings are
2.
going to need 2.
Yes. So we have 2 sets of floorboards in this room. The new boards that replace the old ones that were no good because of the dampness. I'm getting moved. And then we have the old boards which were original to the house, and the house excuse me, the house was built in around 1906, 1907. So yeah, so those are very old. And they're a little bit, you know, damaged in places, different colours, but that's going to add to the charm of the room. In here we're not putting a huge rug, or we don't think we are anyway. We've got a smaller rug, so we're going to see how that works. We may get a bigger rug at some other point, we're not entirely sure. I wanted to get the same rug as the front room, but Alec was like, well, maybe we should go with slightly different accent colour in this room. We haven't really picked an accent colour as such. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen my seat covers. So I am recovering, I'm renovating the dining room suite myself, painting it all, and I am also redoing the seat pads because I hated them. So I have fabric and padding and a staple gun. I know, it's dangerous, isn't it? I'm kind of looking forward to it and dreading it all at the same time. So anyway, these check-ins seem to be a bit more chatty rather than showing you things, but it's just a little difficult to kind of show you stuff, but I'll try and show you step by step the hearth as we do it. I just remove some bits and then I can talk to you. You're a little high. There we go. Okay, I've never built a hearth like this before. I built a brick fireplace with my dad. In fact, I built 2 of those, and I have built a hearth before, but it was flags. So this is the first time that I'm actually going to be building a hearth that has a frame. So what we're doing is we're just measuring the lengths out. We have the lengths of wood. It is the exact width of the actual wall, which is crazy because I'm going to take that that distracts me. Yeah, it's the exact width. So the fireplace is going to fit beautifully on there, but it is going to fill pretty much the space, which is going to look amazing. So I'm quite happy with that. So what we need to do now is we're framing out the actual fire surround. So we've got 2 pieces of wood, which are going to be the front and the back. We're going to need to miter it, which means we're going to need to cut the corners of the wood at an angle. You can put them in straight, it just looks a lot more professional that way. And since some of the wood is going to be exposed, we do want that to look really nice. So the idea had been there was going to be a frame of wood all the way around the edges. However, because we don't have a tile cutter and we didn't want to cut tiles because that's such a risky business, believe me, I've been there multiple times. Tiles don't always cut, you only have so many in a box. It's a really risky business. You don't want to have to go back and buy more and more tiles. It's awful. We got this beautiful fire surround. I wanted a fire surround in here because although I love the room the way it is and it's big and everything, I just thought it would look really nice because obviously we're going Gothic Victorian. So I wanted to have like a really Gothic Victorian fireplace and for it to look really, you know, like a real focal point in the room because we already have the arches over there. So I decided we should build a hearth. So we spoke to the guy at B&Q and I said, look, this is what I want to do. I want to build a frame. What kind of wood can I put on top of that? Because I just, you know, we're not going to be standing on it. It's, you know, it's going to be fine. It's not meant for that. It's just going to have a fire stood on it. And so he kind of said, well, this piece of wood would be perfect. So that's what we've done. So we're really happy with that. We got the tiles. The tiles were £14 for a box. We only need 5, so I think we have got some left. It's just the way it goes. It's unfortunate, but we'll see if we can use those somewhere else. So currently we are now working on framing out the actual surround. So we're going to be cutting lots of pieces of wood now. So I thought that I would show you where we are now. So we've got this. Oh, he's got the other piece of particle board. So these are our tiles. They were £14 for the box, which was pretty cheap. We just wanted plain black, so we're really happy with them. We're a slightly more expensive option, but we're glad we got these instead. And we have this MDF underneath. And then we have this wood, which I think is 2B3. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, or 3B2 as they call it. I always get it the wrong way around. I'm not Bob the Builder. The idea was the wood was going to be exposed around the edges, but we can't really do that now because it's an exact fit to the width of the thing, which is very lucky. So what we're going to do is probably push the wood underneath, and the idea had been that it would be the other way. So it's now 3 high by 2 wide. It was going to be 3 wide by 2 high because we're going to allow for the exposure, but now we're not. We're actually going to bump it up slightly to make it slightly taller. The wood itself is going to get stained this colour, so it's going to be the same colour as the floor, which is going to look really, really nice. So what we'll probably do is get this installed, and then I'll kind of show you once we've got the framework in. Then I'll show you putting the middle struts in. We're just going to nail them into the floor, and then after that we're going to put down this and we're going to tile it. We are going to tile it today, and then I think we're going to look to bring the fire surround into this room, put it up against the wall, and then Alec can plaster. So that's what we're going to do, and it's really exciting because this fireplace is really beautiful. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it there. I'm going to stop waffling. Alec is outside like cutting wood and measuring things and looking a little confused. That's our picnic table, guys, as well. I painted it yesterday. Painted it silver birch, but I'll show you that later. We took a refreshment sign that was up above the door and it's gone on the wall, and I've got a parasol cover coming and fairy lights, solar lights for the wall, so I'm super excited to show you that as well. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go and help my husband because he looks like he's having some struggles. So now we have our ends mitered, so these are all going to fit in and make a frame. So we're just going to fasten this frame together and then attach the MDF to the top once we've put some inner struts to add strength to the structure, which Alec thinks you don't need. But you do. So now we're going to...
because the tiles might sink it.
Yes.
Well, it won't, because
don't worry.
On top of the frame.
We're still going to do it. We're thorough, and we've got pitiful little nails. But we're going to make it back. They are. We now have the corners nailed. We're now cutting the struts that go in the middle. Get those nailed in and it'll create a nice strong structure here. Then after we've got that nice strong structure, we do need to add some bits on the side because there is a slight overhang on each side. So we're going to cut some MDF that's going to go along, and we have some nice sort of, I don't have it at hand, but we have some nice little bits of like more detailed wood, and they're going to go along the top. So we're going to put that along the side just to create that extra tiny little bit of width that it needs. And yeah. So let's get those inner bits in and see where we're at. Okay, so now we have these supportive struts in the middle. Looking good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fasten it to the floor. When we put the old skirting back on, we kept the old skirting because it's mitered and we want to put that back into that edge. When we get the fireplace, we'll know how much to cut here, and if it won't fit behind this structure, then we can just cut the skirting off and we can just fit it on top. So we're not worried about that. Plus the way the fire comes out at an angle, it's going to cut behind the fire, so it's going to be hidden anyway. So it's going to just require a little bit of possibly cutting, but it won't matter. All we'll be doing is cutting the bottom 3 inches off, or I think this is, have I measured this? This is 2.5 inches. So that's what we're going to do now. So now we have to figure out how to fasten it to the floor because Alec bought nails that aren't long enough. So we're just trying to figure that out. And then once this is fixed to the floor, we can attach the MDF to the top of it. Okay, it's been a while since I last vlogged. We had some issues, but here it is. It's all covered in and ready. So what we want to do now is we want to put the tiles on. So, and after we've tiled, we're going to stain the bottom edges of it so it'll look really nice and smart. And then tomorrow, bring the fireplace in and then do the skirting boards and plaster inside the fire surround. And yeah, then we can tile the back as well. Oh, joy. Okay, that is it with the tiles on. Not sure what we're doing with the underside yet, whether we're going to do the front because it's the exposed wood. We might do that the colour of the floor. And then the side bits, they're MDF, so we might paint them black. We haven't decided yet. But I do like how it looks. It's quite impressive. Okay, this is now a new day. And we are just getting ready to attach the fireplace. We are cutting the skirting boards in at the side, which means we have to cut it to the length, so where it hits the fireplace. We also have to cut it to the height of the hearth. So that's what we're currently doing. We've got this piece in place. We just need to cut it to the actual width, and then we're away. Yeah, so there she is, looking beautiful. But this is what the fireplace looks like. We've got really high ceilings, so it does look absolutely beautiful because it's quite a big piece. And hubby was a little worried at first because obviously this room was so full, you've seen the photograph, and we were a bit concerned about, well, he was concerned about how it would look and that it would be too big. But I do think that it looks really grand, like it looks like it's meant to be there. It looks really gothic, which is what we're after, gothic Victorian, that's what we're doing. So we like how this looks. We like this kind of very simple hearth. It's very kind of Victorian-esque, just plain black simple tiles. And then we do have some Victorian style tiles that are going to go in the centre there, which you will see as we do them. So yes, and the mirror is going to sit perfectly. You can see where we painted around the mirror. This mirror has been hung on this wall for 21 years in this spot, and it's never been taken down. So it's going to take some getting back up because there is the mirror. I don't want to get me in shot. It's absolutely huge, massive mirror. So it's got little nails at the bottom that it sits on just to help carry the weight, and it hangs on hooks at the top. So I've painted it, and then once we've painted and decorated, we're gonna hang that on there. And the idea is once you get a few things on top of there, it's gonna look like it's a piece of the fireplace. It's gonna look really amazing. So, but I'm gonna show you outside.
What?
Why? Right, I'm gonna show you outside because the council came and collected a load of rubbish. We've had a tidy. That looks really nice. So, got a little seat here. I need to wash everything down. Got our bench, which I painted. This is Cuprinol weatherproof silver birch. Sign on the wall. Got this little tray, which I need to repaint. Got a nice lavender plant. We're going to put some solar lights up on the wall. That's our bird table. Hi, it's another hot day here. Did I check in yesterday? I don't think I did. As you can see, lots of progress. Got up yesterday, I had a bad start. I was just so upset because I just felt like we'd got nowhere. There's so much to do, and we're just kind of moving from task to task and not finishing one thing because we've got so much stuff in the room that we're trying to work around, so it makes it really difficult. So we're kind of stopping and starting everything. And when we did the front room, it was like one task done, next task done, and it just felt like you were achieving. So that's something I try to change in the future if I renovate it more. I've got a room update. I haven't been on for a couple of days. I've actually been really poorly. But we now have this back, mirror above the fireplace, bookcase in place. We also have some of the floor waxed. So you can see here, this is where it's waxed. See the richness of the colour? And that's where it's not. So you can actually see that the wax, you can see again there, the line. It's dusty again, but you can see where it goes, like it's more depth once it's waxed. I think we've got a really good match between the old and new boards, which is really good. And then I tiled the fireplace. So, yeah, my vision has come true. It's slightly off centre to the fire surround. So we think when we fitted the fire surround, we've gone slightly off centre, but the hearth, the tiles are central to the hearth, which is important because it's central to the central tile. And actually the middle of the fireplace is central to the line that goes down the middle. So maybe one side of it's slightly wider than the other. I'm not entirely sure. But there you go. So we think that this looks really, really grand. And you can see the height of the ceilings here. They're around 8.5 feet, 9 feet. So you can see this is a hearth. We've put 3 inches on. And then you've got the fireplace, which is quite tall. And then this is a 5-foot mirror. So yeah, You have got like an easy probably 9 feet there, but it looks really grand. I knew it would look great with this mirror. I've had this mirror forever. It's older than Tony. I've had it since I bought the house, and was just decorating. So yeah, this just looks really grand above there, and I think it just looks like a piece, like as if that was part of an original fireplace. We have that at the moment because that's teaching supplies, and we're still not sure about whether we're painting these bookcases, Mr. Piercy. Mr. Piercy thinks we should go grey. Yes?
I do.
Yeah. I think in this case he may be right. In the front room I quite like the wood with the grey, but I think with the black I think we do need to go a grey.
I'm not necessarily saying the same as this.
No, a darker grey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one's here. And now you can see that's opened up the stairs beautifully, so you can actually see that. That looks really great. And we're not going to put anything in this corner as we'd planned. I'm going to make do, and I'm going to have a small bookcase at the bottom of the stairs, and we got rid of some more stuff, so that's going to stay empty. But I think we're going to probably bring the little grey chair in. That might sit there.
Yeah.
So, but we have lots and lots of space. Because all that's got to come back in here is the little desk and the chairs. Which blows your mind, doesn't it, considering it was full?
Right.
Right, so I'm going to package up some parcels and take them to the shop. And that's it for today's update.